AEW have signed a 7'3" giant, and he's bloody massive. Scrapped Chris Jericho plans have been revealed, and some recently released WWE stars are now free agents. Awesome. So kicking off with the news, the AEW have signed a giant. He's ruddy, bloody... Satnam Singh, his name is. Look at the size of him! He's that big! He's huge! He's that big! He's huge. After Satnam Singh turned down an offer from WWE. Very, very interesting. So what we know about this guy is he is the first ever player from India to be drafted by the NBA. He was drafted by the Dallas Mavericks in 2015, and he had a tryout. He was at the Performance Center. WWE were obviously super keen, but they didn't get him. They didn't get him. So this was like 3-4 years ago now. Wow. I think it was 2017. He was offered a WWE deal. He said no. And Singh told the Times of India at the time that they were looking for a replacement for the great Khali, but he wanted to focus on his basketball career for the next 7 to 8 years. But obviously that's not fully worked out, because now he's signed with AEW. What's big Tony Khan? Well, little Tony Khan.
Little Tony Khan. Compared to this guy, little Tony Khan. Tony Khan has been saying, while we've recently secured some of the hottest free agents on the planet, I'm also deeply committed to cultivating our own homegrown stars and the next generation of extraordinary professional wrestlers. I'm looking forward to our fans getting to know Satnam's personality and watching his development. Ooh.
So he's not like a fully trained, good-to-go wrestler by the sounds of it. He's still going to be pretty green. But then again, they tend to rush the big lads, the big lads, to TV pretty damn quick. In WWE's case, obviously, Omos wasn't down in developmental for too long.
Yep.
And previously, you think back to Khali, Gonzalez, all the big ones. It'll be interesting to see, because they don't need to be able to do too much in the ring generally. Like their presence is often enough enough on its own to get people curious and get people to buy tickets. Like I remember, I can't remember, who was it? Was it Michael Hayes or something saying like, or was it Jim Cornette is like, oh, that Omos guy, he's going to make him millions. Yeah. And he will.
He will, and that's it as well. I don't know whether AEW will approach this differently. Obviously, they've got Dark and shows like that, so people can develop on there and on TV at the same time, which will be cool to see. But again, like you said, all he needs to do is just stand in the ring, look imposing, someone goes to hit him, doesn't move, does a big slam, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how AEW sort of market monsters, because they're monsters, I guess. They're very athletic and can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see if they go down the same kind of route as WWE for this one. But
you'd imagine he's not going to be doing backflips and hurricanranas and stuff like that. Maybe he's just being brought in to job to show.
Yeah, maybe Paul White goes through different basketball players until he gets to Shaq.
Oh, I like that.
I like it as well.
I like that.
Book it to
Moving on, scrapped plans for a top AEW faction. This is something that Chris Jericho wanted to do. Tony Khan said no. Sassy, just like that.
Sassy.
So Jericho's been chatting away with Stephanie Chase and said, my idea for us was to respectfully disband and go our own ways. Tony didn't want to do that. He said, why do you want to disband? You don't have to be together all the time, but you're still the inner circle. It's good for us to go our own ways and not be in each other's business every week. It's good that we're still aligned. For me, I thought it was a good time for us to go our own way, but we can still do that without officially disbanding the band or breaking up the band. I really like that. I think in the past, and it's a bit of a WWE trope, is like just big breakups happening and then they feud for a bit and then some will succeed, some won't succeed. I quite like the fact, like, when it's not like a proper breakup and there's still mutual respect there. And he's right, they don't have to be wrestling all together all the time. There are a hell of a lot of factions in AEW, so I sort of understand why you would want to break them up.
Yeah, but there's a lot of factions, but then at the same time, if you break them up, you lose something, and I think with all the factions, you've then got a chance for those factions to start feuding again, rather than just putting other people, just throwing them together for no apparent reason. Like, I like that they're keeping the faction going, but they're allowed to do other things separately from this too. They're not just destined to always fight as a group, which can get a bit stale sometimes. But yeah, like you were saying, it gives people a chance to go off, do their own thing separately, hopefully succeed, and then put more stock into the feud at the same time. Into the stable, at the same time.
Even though, like, there are, as we say, a lot of AEW factions, there's only so many times you can do these big multi-man things before you run out. So it makes perfect sense. Speaking of AEW, it's moving day.
Pack your stuff up, Adam. We're going.
Because we're going to January the 5th.
Oh.
So Variety.com announcing the official date that AEW Dynamite is moving to TBS. So January 5th, 2022. But in a change of plans, Rampage will now remain on TNT in the same Friday 10 p.m. Eastern time slot that it currently occupies. Rampage becoming quite a valuable bit of TV programming. Like the ratings are better than they initially expected. They've certainly got a boost with Punk coming in. And although the numbers have been going away a little bit because Punk's like... I always said he's old news.
Well, I mean, I guess at this point in wrestling, with everything that's been going on, it kind of almost feels like that a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I think they should sack him. Obviously it was going to decline because it was Punk return, but no, it's still a valuable bit of TV, so it's interesting to see that that's remaining on TNT. Over to WWE now, but sticking with the top AEW star, WWE wanting to sign Britt Baker, and once again, she said no. She said no. Fightful Select reporting that WWE would have approached Dr. Britt Baker with an NXT deal when her contract came up later this year. Britt Baker just not interested.
No.
Instead, Baker signed a long-term AEW contract extension. There have been no formal conversations as Baker had to avoid contract tampering, but sources close to Fightful said that there was talk backstage. So she was aware that Vince and Co were going to come calling, but she's not bothered.
I think the best thing for her to do. She's been just... she started off in AEW a little bit ropey, I thought, and then over time she has got so fantastic and so good. Amazing match with Thunder Rosa, which I think really cemented her, and now her being the AEW champion, women's champion, beating Kenny Omega, the AEW women's champion, and now she's just on a fantastic run.
She's great.
And with Adam Cole in AEW now, it makes sense for them to just be together in the same promotion. I think it makes it easier for them, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I've got nothing to add there, really. I think she's great. She's doing brilliant things at AEW. And I feel like if you're an AEW star, or if you're anybody in professional wrestling, that maybe WWE isn't the end goal so much, especially creatively. Surely financially you're going to be really well off, but I don't know. Tony pays well as well. The creative is just... every time I find myself doing this, I can sort of picture the comments. It's going to be like AEW shill, AEW shill.
500 table.
I think they're doing better creatively than WWE right now. Generally speaking, there are great things in WWE too.
Definitely.
But if I was a wrestler, which I am, I'd want to go to AEW at this point. Speaking of WWE stars, earlier this year, June, WWE releasing heaps and heaps of people. Daivari, Tony Nese, Fandango, Tyler Breeze, Everrise, Ruas, Kurt Stallion, Marina Shafir, Killian Dane, the Singh brothers, Tino Sabatelli. So a lot of those have been able to go on and just crack on with it after 30 days. Everrise, for example, obviously, over in AEW now, because they only had a 30-day non-compete that expired in August. But now, a few more are able to go and start working. The proper big boy WWE superstars, not those NXT jobbers. Nese, Fandango, Breeze, Dane, and Daivari having main roster deals, even though Fandango and Breeze were down in NXT at the time. They still had the full fat WWE contract. Daivari tweeting they are now officially free agents. Rocky Romero lobbying to get Daivari into New Japan of America, by the way, which would be interesting. Cool. I saw Killian Dane tweeting, big Damo, and he was just like a few more legal hurdles to get through first. So I don't know what's up with that, but theoretically he should be good to go. I'm going to go through these names super quick, right? And you're going to tell me where you want to see them and where you think you will see them. Nese.
Impact.
Nice. Fandango.
I'm going to say AEW. And then the next one,
Breeze.
because AEW, I think them two together.
Yeah,
I think that would be cool.
Davari.
New Japan.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Killian Dane.
Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd like to see him in New Japan. Just a few big.
That
boys
would be.
there.
I want to see Dane and Bronson Reed go at it in a different promotion.
Oh, that'd be
I think
nice.
They'd be absolutely mental together.
Just a couple of boulders running into each other.
A couple of boulders.
In the nicest way possible. And finally, we are sending our best wishes to a lovely couple. I know them very well. Very well. Karrion Kross and Scarlett, the latest WWE couple to get engaged. Scarlett posting a picture of her engagement ring and writing, "Pop the champagne. Hashtag I said yes at WWE Karrion Kross."
Aww.
Isn't that nice?
It's nice to end off the mood.
Yeah, I like doing those.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought they were already engaged. I
Me
thought they were already
too,
married.
because they're all doing it together for so long, haven't they?
Yeah, right.
It just seems like they have been.
But that's a testament to how wonderful a couple they are. They feel so special. We just thought that, of course, they're soulmates.
Oh,
They're
bless them.
So, cheers. Send us the invites. The address is on the website. All the best. We'll be back in a few hours with some more news.